can still be a winning investment. Since you're also buying your horse's breeding career, you have an additional chance to see payoffs, even on a horse that for one reason or another has a limited racing career. And finally, Thoroughbred Handlers is in the business of increasing your odds. For the last 5 years, we've been watching the field for bloodlines and animals we think will be winners. After all, we're shareholders with you, and we want our investment to pay off as much as you do. And when you invest with Thoroughbred Handlers, you invest not just in a single horse, but in our years of experience and judgment. All of our carefully selected animals are sired by horses whose own winnings exceeded at least $100,000. So if you thought an investment was just a piece of paper you tucked away and forgot, or only for the rich and privileged, think again. You can get involved right now in a living, breathing investment that will bring you excitement, glamour, and romance, as well as a return. And it can be yours at a cost within reach right now. Invest today in a thoroughbred racehorse from Thoroughbred Handlers and join us in the winner's circle.
Both the Jays and the Yankees lost last night, and they'll be playing again tonight, and hopefully things will be able to be worked out. Now, we've all heard fish stories before, but today Steve Schnall has a horse story for us.
When I think about people who own horses, I think about very rich people. But here, you don't have to be rich. You can own 1/7 of this horse for $1,700. Here is a farm on the outskirts of Syracuse.
I have to admit, we're probably the Kmart of the industry. Rolling Hills, that's really what this is all about.
Those who own shares in his 16 horses like that costs are low and possibilities for big payoffs run wild. Jeff Grant, who grew up around Saratoga Springs, has shares in 2 of the horses.
Yeah, there's a lot of dreams. That's what we're talking about here. When you look at the pedigree of the horses, everything's there that says that we have champions. As a matter of fact, the one colt that I own is nominated for the Florida Stallion Stakes and the Breeders' Cup. The Breeders' Cup, which is run, I think it's November 3rd next year. That's a $1 million horse race. If it all comes together, we could be there for $1 million.
Others have a more realistic approach, like Dave Heimerman, who works at a machine shop and doesn't know much about horses at all.
As I go along, I'll learn more about the horses and what they do in this and that, but right now I don't know what I'm doing.
I can't wait for the first day I see him come out of the gate. That's going to be the thrill right there.
So there are 2 ways to look at it: an investment for the beauty of just watching your horse, or the hope for the big win like the Kentucky Derby. Impossible, you say? No way, when you realize that last year's winner, Spend-A-Buck, was bought originally for $12,500. So,
Can you do it with one of these horses?
I'm hoping.
Steve Schnall, Channel 3 Sports.
What do you think?
Steve is brave. Last time he did a horse story, the horse bit him.
What do you think? 3 was throwing some money and buy a horse?
Let's talk about it. We'll be right back.
Good idea.